Shalom, shalom, my brothers and sisters. I hope y'all are doing well. Baruch Yahuah, may He strengthen you and keep you and give you your heart's desires, especially in the times that we're living in. I'm not going to be long, but I want to say something to address something in this video, and that is the name matters. What really kind of upsets me is often I hear people continually, I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I've had a lot of people dispute with me, especially Christians, when, I'm talking about Yahuah. Their main argument always is, it doesn't matter what we call on, as long as we're genuine and kind and, all the other stuff that they say. And I can't let that go. Because if the name does not matter, then why does Yahuah even introduce his name? Why does Yahuah even make his name known? Or why does he want his name to be known among the people? If the name of Yahuah, his son Yahusha, if it doesn't matter, then please explain why throughout history did Satan conjure up a scheme to hide the name, to create all these types of lies? Why did Satan inspire wicked people, those who are under his power, to create what they call transliterations, okay, to say that this is what his name is transliterated as, this is what it should be called, and majority of the world's accepted. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, when you look at the King James Bible, Yahuwah's name is not in there. It was replaced with G-O-D. Or you have L-O-R-D, which really means Baal. And then, of course, you have that false pagan name, J-C. Like, I'm not sure if I gave this testimony, but I think if I have, please forgive me. I don't mean to repeat myself, but I want to reiterate my testimony of when I came to Yahuah. Because prior to that, there were so many things that I was hearing. It was Yahuah, then I was hearing Yahuah Shai, and I was hearing, all other types of stuff. And so I really prayed because I wanted to know. Because for me, it's important, the name that I call on. And I'm pretty sure it's important for a lot of others, but I'm just talking about me personally. And so I prayed, and I was like, okay, reveal to me the truth. I don't know whose name to call or what to call, but I need to know. Whichever name is, whatever is revealed to me, that's what I'm going to go by. And I remember falling into a deep sleep after I prayed. And in this vision, there was this funnel cloud that came down. It was literally like a tornado. If you read the book of Job, you know what I'm talking about. Like when it said he came down as a whirlwind, he spoke out of the midst of the whirlwind. He spoke to Job. I had that same encounter. I mean, this whirlwind was huge. And the voice began to speak out of the midst of it. And I kid you not, he literally said, I am Yahuah. Plain as day. And he kept saying, I am Yahuah, I am here. He was declaring his name. And after he declared his name, he literally lifted me up. And I literally began to ascend. And I kid you not, I ascended over the earth. Like it was like he was carrying me. And I ascended over the earth. And he had me ascend over the moon. Like I kid you not, I'm not making this up. And if you believe that this is a false vision, then I kindly and humbly, ask you to pray about it and see if it's real. See if it's really the truth through the Ruach. I got no problem with you testing it. Please test it. You're supposed to test anything that you heard anyway to make sure that it's true. Test every Ruach to see if it was of the Ruach of Yahuah. So please test it. But anyway, so he lifted me up, and then all of a sudden I was literally over the earth, and I literally saw this hand come down out of heaven. Mighty, it was strong, and in the hand it was like a fireball. And when I asked the interpretation of that, he literally showed me like in his hand he has all power. Like in the fireball, it was, I mean, oh my goodness, it was huge. In the hand, it was literally like, you know, when they have in scripture, they had different visions. It was like in the likeness of men. So it's like a glorified body when they had visions of angels and stuff like that. But that's literally what I saw. It was, I can't describe it, but it was I can't describe it, but it was mighty in its appearance when I saw it. Kind of like when he freed Israel, Yasharel, out of Mitzrayim, how he said he freed them with his mighty hand and his mighty arm. That's what he was showing me, his power. And after that, I woke up out of the vision, and immediately I was convinced in my heart that Yahuah is his name, and that's who I'm going to call on. That's who I'm going to worship. I fell in love with Yahuah when he declared his name, and ever since then, I've been running with it. And then after that, he revealed his son Yahusha in me, to me. And then he revealed his Ruach HaKodesh. And the thing about all of them, they all have his name in it. Yahuah, Yahusha, Ruach, Uwah, all have his name in it, which makes perfectly sense. Which makes perfect sense. Excuse my bad English, bad grammar. But it makes perfect sense. And so he revealed his name. And for people to say that, you know, the name doesn't matter, well, yes, it does. I'll put it like this. When you are going somewhere, I'm gonna take, for instance, a relationship. When you met your husband or your wife, the first encounter, what was it? You introduced yourselves. You introduced your names. And then after that, you might have exchanged phone numbers. And then after that, you might have agreed to meet up, to go for coffee or go to lunch or something like that. But it first started with introducing the names. That starts the relationship. That starts the connection. Same thing with Yahuah. That's the foundation. To know his name, to know him. So that way, if any other Ruach tries to come and mention another name, you already know, nah, I rebuke that because Yahuah revealed this name and I'm not accepting none other. And then if the name doesn't matter, then why does Yahuah take it so serious when his name was profaned by Yasharel? Why does, and his commandment said thou should not use his name in vain? So the name clearly matters to Yahuah. That's how he introduced himself to us, to build that relationship, to get to know him. Think about it, even, you know, in the scripture when it says, we cast out devils in your name, we prayed in your name, we did this in your name. And he said, depart from me, I never knew you. I never knew you. I didn't have no relationship with you. I didn't reveal myself to you. We didn't have communion. That's what he's saying. So clearly the name matters. And I gotta tell you, every time I say Yahuah's name, it's like, it's kind of like, you know, when I see my wife, when I hug her, there's this feeling that I get like, man, it makes my heart race because I love her so much. It's the same thing with Yahuah. Every time I say his name, every time I give him honor and glory, it's this feeling that I get on the inside that I can't explain. But it's like I get weak in the knees. My heart skips a beat. My heart races because of how precious his name is. When I call upon the name of his son, his Yahuah, what it does, how it makes me feel, how special it is to actually know the true name, because for so many years we've been lied to about his name. And we see all these different interpretations of Bibles that clearly mentions other stuff, because why? Satan doesn't want it out there. He doesn't want us calling on the true name of the Creator. He doesn't want that exposed. He doesn't want the true name of Yahushua to be out there. Well, number one, because there is real power in the name of Yahushua. And there is no other name that was given under heaven by which men shall be saved, through Yahushua HaMashiach, not through JC. See, they wanted to change that. And there is one man that stands between Elohim and men as the mediator, and that's the man, HaMashiach Yahushua. One man. It was never JC. So again, the name matters. And for those of you who call on Yahuah, don't let nobody tell you that it doesn't matter. And it's crazy, people like to use different scriptures to try to justify their argument. A lot of times they use the King James Bible, and I've said it countless times, that Bible is blasphemous. And if you are of Yahuah, if you are of Yasharel, if you believe in his name, then there's no way you should be reading that blasphemous Bible, or the NLT, or the NIV, or the Amplified, and all these other versions out there, because they all stem from the same thing, to have Yahuwah's name not there, to have the name of Yahushua not there. Name matters. Well, it matters. It really matters. I mean, I don't really know what else to say beyond that. I don't want to sound like I'm rambling. I think I've said enough. But again, I would say the name matters. Yahuwah's name matters. And I have the Sefer Bible, and it is great. And I can't even, his name is mentioned so many times. Why? Because he wanted it imprinted. He wanted it there so that we can understand it is he, Yahuah. Over and over and over, his name is mentioned almost everywhere. But if it didn't matter, Satan wouldn't have did stuff through his cunning devices to have his name hidden so that it wouldn't be revealed to man. But he can't stop it. No tactic can stop it. No strategy that he comes up with can stop it. Even if somewhere in the future that it gets outlawed, where if that name is mentioned, it is either death or jail, it's still not going to stop it, because those who really love him will still declare his name. There's power in it. There's power in it. It really is. And when Yahuwah reveals himself and he reveals his name, that's a big deal, because that's him establishing a relationship. And I said it in the video before, and I say it again. Something about that name. All right, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Oh, yeah. Shabbat Shalom.